happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss?
Floyd Mayweather just dismantled Jake Paul after his latest round of trash talk. I mean, seriously, aren't we all a little fed up with Jake's mouth these days? One minute he's boasting about knocking out Mike Tyson, and the next he's uploading videos saying he's fighting Mike Perry. Jake's the king of inconsistency and the absolute worst trash talker boxing has ever seen. Honestly, I'm not sure if he'll ever get a championship belt, but he's definitely in the running for the title of most unethical trash talker. And Floyd? Well, he didn't hold back. He roasted Jake so hard, calling him the worst thing to ever happen to boxing. I don't know if you've heard, but Floyd Mayweather already warned Jake Paul to quit the Mike Tyson fight. Yeah, it was back when Jake was riding high, maybe on adrenaline, maybe on something stronger, forgetting who he was, where he was, and who he was supposed to fight. In the boxing world, when Mayweather speaks, people listen. His message to Jake was crystal clear. Back out now, or face a disaster. Floyd knows what it takes to survive in the ring, and he can see right through Jake's flashy facade. Mayweather's critique wasn't just a casual throwaway comment. He went full roast mode, bringing up Jake's recent loss to Tommy Fury, where all of Jake's weaknesses were laid bare for the world to see. Floyd pointed out that Jake's defeat wasn't just a bad day, it was a glaring sign of his lack of preparation and real boxing skills. For Floyd, Jake's ambitions to face Mike Tyson were downright laughable. Tyson, even at his age, is still a powerhouse with a legacy that makes Jake's brief and manufactured boxing career look like a joke.
But Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
This wasn't just criticism, it was a reality check. Floyd sees Jake as an entertainer dabbling in a sport that demands respect, skill, and years of dedication. Tyson's history of devastating knockouts isn't something a novice like Jake should be messing with. Floyd's warning comes from a place of hard-earned wisdom. Jake might have some wins under his belt, but let's be real. They were against opponents who were more familiar with highlight reels than boxing rings. Nate Robinson, Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley, these guys are notable in their own fields, but they are not professional boxers. Their matches against Jake were more like sideshows than serious sports. Jake's victories here don't prepare him for the brutal onslaught he would face from Tyson. Mayweather knows the boxing world inside out. He understands that Tyson's power and experience are leagues beyond anything Jake has encountered. The idea of Jake going up against a fighter of Tyson's caliber is not just ambitious, it's downright reckless. Floyd's advice isn't just for Jake's safety, it's for the integrity of the sport. Boxing is more than just throwing punches and talking trash. It's a test of skill, strategy, and mental toughness, qualities that Floyd believes Jake hasn't truly developed yet. Floyd's words serve as a stark reminder that the ring is no place for amateurs looking to boost their fame. It's a battleground where only the truly prepared can hope to succeed. Jake Paul, with his background in entertainment and social media, lacks the deep-rooted experience necessary to stand toe-to-toe with a legend like Tyson. Mayweather's critique is a call for Jake to recognize his limitations. Floyd Mayweather, the boxing legend with a knack for calling out BS, didn't hold back his opinions on Jake's tactics. In a candid moment, Floyd said,
There's no way he'd get demolished.
Floyd's blunt assessment hit the nail on the head, echoing the widespread skepticism about Jake's abilities and the authenticity of his boxing record. Jake's game plan is clear as day. Pick opponents who are famous enough to draw attention but not skilled enough to pose a real threat. This approach has allowed him to build a record that looks great on paper, but the reality is far from impressive. Despite all the criticism, Jake's fights continue to rake in attention and revenue. His knack for generating buzz and selling pay-per-views is undeniable. Each match turns into a media circus, complete with trash talk, dramatic weigh-ins, and viral moments. This blend of entertainment and sport keeps Jake relevant, even if it frustrates the purists who believe he's taking shortcuts. Jake's manipulative strategy doesn't stop at picking opponents. He's also a master at controlling the narrative around his fights. Through his social media and YouTube channels, Jake crafts a persona of a fearless fighter ready to take on anyone. This carefully curated image keeps his fans hooked. Even Eddie Hearn said,
I think there's absolutely no way he can beat a world champion and become world champion.
but as Floyd Mayweather pointed out, real boxing is about more than just hype. It's about facing real challenges and proving yourself against skilled opponents. And Floyd Mayweather's recent bombshell about Jake Paul has sent shockwaves through the boxing community. On June 30th, 2024, Mayweather dropped a major accusation, claiming Jake Paul bribed the referee for his upcoming fight with Mike Tyson. Yeah, you heard that right, Jake Paul and bribery in the same sentence. Jake Paul's reputation in the boxing world has always been shaky, but this accusation is like throwing gasoline on a dumpster fire. According to Floyd, Jake's over-the-top confidence and fearlessness leading up to the postponed fight with Tyson weren't just for show. Nope, it was all part of a sneaky plan that allegedly involved slipping some cash to the referee.
Is on July 20th, Mike will be put to sleep and he will feel my power, and I will go down as the man who put Tyson to sleep for the last time.
Floyd's bombshell suggests Jake's been playing dirty all along, manipulating his way to victory rather than earning it through skill. Jake's knack for picking opponents who won't give him much trouble and allegedly ensuring wins through shady tactics paints him as a guy more interested in fame and cash than proving himself as a real boxer.
What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you before, put that
Yo, let's bust him up. Where you running, Jake? Where you going since your fight?
Take his fight against Nate Robinson on November 28, 2020. Sure, Jake knocked Nate out in the second round, but let's be real, Nate's a former NBA player with no professional boxing experience. Then there was the April 17, 2021, fight against Ben Askren, a retired MMA fighter known more for his grappling than his punching. Jake won by TKO in the first round. The controversy didn't stop there. Jake's bouts with Tyron Woodley kept the drama going, ended with Jake knocking Woodley out, but it only fueled the debate about the legitimacy of his career. And then there's Dana White, the president of the UFC, who didn't hold back his thoughts on Jake Paul. At a press conference on July 1st, 2023, White bluntly said,
I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years.
White's critique lines up perfectly with Floyd's accusations and highlights a broader dissatisfaction in the combat sports world with Jake's antics. And do you know the implications of such cheatings are huge? If Jake Paul did bribe a referee, it not only taints his victories, but also impacts how people see boxing as a whole. As Joe Rogan said after hearing this news,
if I was Jake Paul right now, I would be shitting my pants.
Oh, bro. Well, obviously the world of boxing has a rich and storied history, but it's also got a bit of a shady side. One of the most notorious cases of bribery in boxing dates back to the 1960s, with the scandal involving Sonny Liston. Liston, a heavyweight champion with a fearsome reputation, found himself in hot water when he faced Cassius Clay, who we all know better as Muhammad Ali, on February 25, 1964. When Ali shocked the world with his victory, the whispers of a fix grew louder, casting a long shadow over the legitimacy of the bout. Jump to the 1990s, and we've got another major scandal involving Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon on September 7, 1996. Tyson knocked out Seldon in the first round, but the victory seemed way too quick and easy. People started crying foul, accusing Seldon of taking a dive, possibly due to some behind-the-scenes financial incentives. Well, it wasn't approved yet, but this incident further eroded trust in boxing and highlighted how manipulation could undermine the sport's integrity. The penalties for bribery and manipulation are meant to be severe, serving as a deterrent. Take Sonny Liston. His alleged ties to organized crime and the suspicion surrounding his loss to Ali resulted in increased scrutiny and a tarnished legacy. No formal charges were brought against him, but the rumors and allegations followed him for the rest of his career. Bruce Seldon faced significant fallout from his alleged dive against Tyson. He never admitted to any wrongdoing, but the perception that he had taken a fall damaged his career and credibility. Seldon's name became synonymous with the darker side of boxing, where money and pressure can influence outcomes. This perception hurt his reputation and shook the public's trust in the sport. These measures aim to restore public trust and ensure future fights were fair and transparent. Now tell me, have you ever felt that Jake's fights were fixed? If so, spill the beans. Which fight and when did you realize something was off? Let's hear your thoughts and get this conversation rolling.